Isupk Oakland Lashawan Qadash class. Today we'll get straight into it. Be sure to subscribe to all Isupk Facebook, Instagram, YouTube pages. Subscribe once again. Subscribe. Share all our videos, man. Make sure you hit the like button. As you see what's going on around the country, the time for separation is much at hand. This is our Lashawan Qadash, the Holy Tongue. So we're going to have to get our minds right so we can take over this kingdom that is clearly falling down right before us. Nehemiah, you have to be quiet, all right? All right. So first and foremost, hey, back up, boy. Shalom. Akim. Wa. Hey. Down. 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 Brother, don't sit down. Turn it down. Thank you. More. Hey. More. Naphtali, turn it down. Nope. You're killing me, son. One moment. Brother. Hey. All right. Back to what I was doing. Nehemiah, back up. Nehemiah, be quiet. Shh. Knock. Hayawam, Anak, Nawa. Ha. Ibaria. Quawara'a. Ha Kawata. Wa ka wa ba. Alright. Nehemiah. You either gonna have to go to mommy or you're gonna have to sit down. Okay? Okay. So go to mommy. Then sit down. The water. Alright, so what I'm saying. Watch out.
No.
Go to mommy. Go to mommy. Stand up. Stand up.
Oh, no. Mama.
Go to mommy. Alright. What I'm saying, what it says right here is Shalom, Akim wa Agwathian, Hayawam, Anak Nawa, Ha'abarya, Quawara'a, wa Kawata. Alright. What that translates to in English is peace, brothers, and sisters. Hayawam is today. Anak Nawa is we. It's in the future sense, future present will be. It says the Hebrew language right here, reading and writing, but the way you would write it in English is today we will be reading, and writing the Hebrew language. All right. So this is just a transliteration of ancient Hebrew in English form. This is just it in English. When you actually write it out in Hebrew, you will be writing from the right to the left, whereas in English you're writing left to right. All right. Make sure I'm not. Oh, 6. It's like it. All right. So boom, boom, we got it. So what we'll do is we'll go over some prepositions, and most likely from there we'll write out some of the names of the Bible. So the prepositions are good to understand like what small words mean in the Hebrew. So when you see them, you'll understand that they're just connecting. They're connected to the base word. You understand? But they're not the word. They're not the root word. They are the word that makes the word make sense in English. All right. So right here, prepositions. If you've heard of a prepositional phrase, it's all of that. All right. Yo, go. Look. Here. All right, go to mommy. Brother, go to mommy. Okay. Prepositions. Prepositions sit before nouns. To show the relationship, to show noun relationships. To another word in the sentence. So it's about how you structure a sentence. You can't just put a sentence together because you know a few words. It has to make sense. All right. What's very important is just like an adjective, it has to agree with a number as well as a gender with a noun which it modifies. So you can't just put something together because you want it to be put together. It has to make grammatical sense. All right. So let us see. A preposition. Go to mommy, man. Or you gonna have to sit down. All right. Let me make sure you got that. Make sure you got that so I can just erase it. Give it some more room. Kablow. Prepositions sit before noun. Show noun relationships to another word in a sentence. So obviously it comes before, it'll be right before the noun. All right. Maya, be quiet. All right. So these are all examples of prepositions. All right. So I. Sit down. Or Anya. It means I or
Saturn.
I am. An example of this, EX is for example. An example of this would be the word Ephraim. Ephraim in the Hebrew is Aparium. Aparium, and it means I am fruitful. All right. 1 second, Salaki. 1 second.
No, no, no.
Boom, boom. Salaki. All right. Again, so Ephraim is Aparium, and the I is the preposition. Fruitful is the par. You know what I'm saying? The Aparium is plural for fruitful. So the I is I am. You understand? So that's how a preposition works. Comes before the noun. Par is the noun. All right. Another preposition would be by. By means in. So by is in. An example would be the word Genesis. In the Hebrew, Genesis is Barashia. Barashia. It means in the head or beginning. All right. So the by comply. You understand? Preposition comes before the noun. Head is the noun. That's Rash. I won't do an example for everyone, but I'm going to just give you the prepositions, all right? So the next preposition is da. Da simply means do. All right, so the word da is a tent door. You know what I'm saying? But if it's being used in a sentence as a preposition, it means do. You You know what I'm saying? So, like any language, a word has more than one meaning. You know what I'm saying? See what it do. Y'all got that, guys? Do. Unfortunately, this thing doesn't tell me if anybody's commenting. So if you comment and I don't see it, so like, it's not showing it to me. All right. All right. Ha is the. Why is and. So I mean, we have examples. It's not if you're speaking some Hebrew, even minimal Hebrew, you've seen this just in phrases you say. All right. Yah is he. Ka is as or like. So like when we do future, past, and present tense with the adjectives, you'll see the same words, of course, but you'll see them have a different meaning because they're being used in a different situation. All right. So let's go right here. La is two or four. Very easy example is when you say La Yashala. All right, the La is two or four. Israel. All right, very simple. My is of or from. Yeah, cool. All right. Next, we have Sha. So one thing I didn't write, and I hope you have a copy of it if you don't, but it's the Hebrew language. So I could do it up real quick, but if you know the alphabet, Abba, Gada, Hawaza, Kataya, Kalamanasa, Ipazis, Aquarashatha, then you know what these look like in ancient Hebrew. I'll do the alphabet in a second, but if you do have it, if you do know it, you know that the Shah looks like a W. You know what I'm saying? Or in the Assyrian, it looks like a weird looking W. You know what I'm saying? So Just throwing that out there. If you don't know it, no sweat. I'll do it after I finish this, and then you can put two and two together. All right. So sha, when it's a preposition, is whom, which, that, or pertaining to. All right. So an example of this is Shemayim. All right, heavens. Shemayim. All right, the Shah is right there. Heavens or Mayam is waters. So it's that which pertains or pertaineth that which is or pertaining to water. Blah. All right, last but not least is tha. And it means thou, thee. All right. An example of this is going to be from the law. What's up? Hey, you. You going to have to sit down, man. Thank you. Nah. You want that? You go to mommy.
Are you okay?
All right. Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yes. Exodus.
See that?
Be quiet.
See that?
Exodus chapter 20, verse 4 is La'ah the Aisha. Hope you can see that. The right there.
See that?
And it's just La'ah's no. So, no or
And planet.
not thou.
Sun.
Meaning thou shalt not.
Counting.
You understand? Like the way the English is written.
Count.
Go to your mama, boy.
Count.
Go. Go to mommy. Or be quiet. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So in English is thou shalt not. But in it it's just not thou. Meaning you don't do this.
What?
Hebrew is more direct.
A bamba.
When you translate it into the English, it gets really wordy and more, for lack of a better word, poetic. But Hebrew is like the Native American tongue. It's just direct. It's not all the extra words that you need to make a point. It's what I need to say. Now do it. All right? Go. Go, go, go. Stand up. Stand up and go. All right. Stand up and go. Stand up and go. All right. Oops, select you. All right. So that's that. All right. So now let us get into some of the names of the Bible. Now, the prepositions are just important, like when you want to translate, the scriptures. You need to know what the word is and what's just happening before the word. Otherwise, you'll think that one word is just this long collection of letters, and it's not. It's the prepositions that are coming before the noun that you're reading. You know what I'm saying? So you just have to know how to translate. Hey. One more second. Select.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
All right. All right. Hope everybody can see it. Hope you're not some way, shape, or form colorblind. It's a red marker. So if you can't see it, it's for that reason. All right. All right. Get into it real quick. Genesis, once again, Barashiath. Means in the beginning or head. Head meaning the start. You know what I'm saying? The beginning. Exodus. Exodus is Wa'ala Shamwa. Salaki. Backtrack. Said I was going to do it. We'll get back to it. We didn't get far. All right. So let's do the alphabet. My fault. All right. I'll do it the long way, but just so you can make sure you get it. All right. So what's up? What's up? What's up? Go, man. All right. So I'll show you how it looks in English. I'll show you how it looks in ancient. I'll show you how it looks in Assyrian. All right. So In the ancient, it's I. In the Assyrian, it's I. All right. Ba. Snap. Slip my head. That's God. Ah. No. Oh, wait. So, like, yeah. Ba. God. In fact, that's more uniform. And God. All right. Ba and Ga. Ba, Ga. Ancient. Ba, Ga. Assyrian. I'm gonna go a step further for you. So like one step further. Make it real official. So blah, blah. Boom, no confusion. All right. Ba, and Ga. All right. Ba, and Ga. Ba, and Ga. Ga, Da, Ha, and Wa. All right. Da, Ha, Wa, Da, Ha, and Wa. Just like it. So once again, each one of these, this is a pictograph. All right. So once again, this is a tent door. I believe this is a rake. This is a, if I'm not mistaken, it's like, I won't say a pitchfork, but it's something it was a fish hook. All right. So what you have to understand is the Assyrian is just a bastardized version of a black language. All right. Just like Eminem is a bastardized version of rap. Assyrian is just how we went through a captivity. You know what I'm saying? Just like in America, we developed slangs and ebonics and our own writing styles to be able to get to be able to deal with the white man's chicken scratch. It's the same thing when we were being enslaved by the Assyrians. We came up with a alphabet because everybody wants to stop a black man and a black woman, Hispanic and Native Indian man and woman from being themselves. You know what I'm saying? Our culture is so rich that they want to force us out of our culture. You know what I'm saying? So we came up with this writing style to integrate, if you will, with our oppressor. But in our own native tongue, these are pictographs and they have a meaning in themselves. Just like the prepositions have a meaning, these pictographs have a meaning. You know what I'm saying? All right. Zakata. Zakata. All right. Za, just a Z, which is a weapon. Ka, will be this a ladder if I'm not mistaken. And ta is a wheel. Might be off, but I believe I'm not off. So these, once again, is just to let you know that these have meaning. They're not just there to look crazy. You know what I'm saying? Za is za, ka, and ta. After we do this, I'll just write it all out and you can see it. Just want to make sure it wasn't too small for you. All right. Ya, ka, and la. So ya, ka, la in ancient. Ya. Now, this one is going to be a little bit different, all right? Ka and ka, and then la. All right. When you're dealing with the ancient, if the letter of the Assyrian, excuse me, if the letter appears anywhere in the sentence besides at the end, it's going to look like that. Wrong one. No, I was the right one. Salakia. If it appears anywhere in a sentence, in the middle, at the beginning, your ka is going to look like that. But if it appears at the end, your ka is going to look like they just dropped this. So it's up now, you just drop it. And when it's at the end of the sentence, that's what it looks like. Looks like they just dropped it. All right? If I'm not mistaken, it's 5 letters that have this different ending. All right? Once again, R's mean something. This is just to get by. All right, moving on. Ma, na, sa. All right. So ma, na, and sa in the ancient. Again, these two right here in Assyrian, they're going to have a different look when they're at the end. So my, anywhere but the end, is, when it's at the end though, it looks like that. Like a dumpster, like Donald Trump's head. All right. Nah, when it's at the end, when it's anywhere but the end, it looks something like a ba, but it's shorter. So boom. The ba has like a hook back. The nah, no hook back. All right, anywhere but the end, that's what it's going to look like. When it's at the end, it's just going to look like somebody just dropped the bottom and extended it. Then sa, boom. Like, you see how this looks like an antenna? You know what I'm saying? This looks like a wave. Like, our language just has more meaning, but I believe this is more like teeth, if I'm not mistaken. But either way, our language has a purpose. It's not just there to be. That's why, you know, English is one of the most hated languages on planet Earth, because it's like Roman Catholicism. It just add everything. It just makes it, yeah, you want to be a part of our language? Fine. What do? You kill people? It's cool. We'll add you. You know what I'm saying? You molest children? Fine. We'll add you. That's the problem with English. It's such a bastard. All right. English is literally the language of Babylon, because it is what the world forces everybody to respect, when it is one of the most hated languages. All right. All right, Patazah.
No.
Hey, no, Tyler. Shh. Patazah. Now, Tyler, take that upstairs. All right. So I looks like a circle. Pa, boom. Leave his mouth. Tazah. So I in Assyrian kind of looks like extended Y. Pa, anywhere but the end. Pa looks like an upside down G. When it's at the end, it's like they just drop that and hang it down. Tazah, wow, this is slipping from my head. Tazah is probably one of the ugliest letters I've ever seen in Assyrian. Anywhere but the end, it looks like that. When it's at the end, bam. It's just like they dropped that and extended it. It's like the letter get dental surgery. It just kind of changes its shape. So I can give you a better look. Kind of looks like that. Just a Y. Qadash, we'll do the last four. All right. Last four. Qua, Ra, Sha, and Tha. Qua, Ra, Sha, Tha. Looks like a knife or a sword. Qua, Ra, Sha, Tha. This kind of looks like a roof. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a flag. I believe this is the one that has the teeth. And again, this looks like a sword, but they have a meaning. All right, it's not just this. What is that? It's just print. You know what I'm saying? Only that's why we the salt of the earth, because everything we do got style and it's got flavor. It's just not basic. Everybody else is just basic as hell, man. All right. So now I'll just write it all out, and then let's get these books of the Bible. We'll let that be it for now. All right. So when you write it all out, ancient, it's A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Ka, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, I, Pa, Taza, Qua, Ra, Sha, and Tha. All right. Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Ka, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, I, Pa, Taza, Qua, Ra, Sha, Tha. This Ka and this Ka are not the same. This is a Ka, C-H-A-A. This is a Ka, K-A. All right. So just remember that if you're just saying alphabet, Abagada, Hawaza, Ka. Take the moment to make the sound, so that when you say Ta Ya Ka, you can feel the difference. All right. So that's the ancient. This is the Assyrian. All right. Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Ka, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, Sa, I, Pa, Taza, Qua, Ra. Salakia. Let me do that again. Get it right. Ma. Na. Sa. I. Pa. Taza. Wa. Ra. Sha. And Da. All right. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 letters in the Assyrian have a different look when they're at the end. All right. It's the Ka, the Ma, the Na, the Pa, and the Tazah. English is ABC, you know. All right. So for everything we did in those columns, this is how it looks when you just do it out. All right. So that was the first 3. Bow. First 3, second 3, third 3, kablow, kablow. You get it. All right. Same for these. All right. So now that you know what you're seeing, the next step in understanding Hebrew is like the Latinos that can read it, but they can't write it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they were serious about that or they were just saying it because they didn't want to help me in Spanish class. But it's like that. You know what I'm saying? If you can, as long as you know the letters, you can literally write Hebrew. It's nothing to you. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you know the connectors. So, connected, not connected. All right. When a word is connected, when 2 letters are connected, like let's say Lakam. All right. When they're not connected, let's go with matter of fact. When it's connected, you're going to put that. When it's not connected, I'm going to put that. So connected, it looks like something connected, like it's linked. But this look like it's not going to connect with anything. You know, say it's missing. All right, but this is connecting. All right, it's cradling 2 letters together to make one sound. So like with the word lakam, which means fight, or bread. Lakam is la, ka, and ma. All right. The la is not connected. The ka and the ma have to connect to make the kam sound. So put the connector. La, kam. All right. La, kam. All right. If it's not connected, another very simple one. Is la. Means no. All right. So la, and a la, Neither one of them are connected, so you make both sounds. La and a. All right, it's very simple. But once you know how to connect the letters in a sentence in a word, you can write it all day. Just lie, or you just if you don't know, you just test it out. You say lie. Like, that don't make no damn sense. La, they're not connected. All right. La kama, that don't make no sense. La kam, or la kama means something totally different. The la can mean two. The kana ma can mean another thing. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends on if it's a preposition or if it's just a word. But once you know how to connect and not connect a Hebrew word, you can write it all day. All right. Once again, please be sure to subscribe to all ISUPK, UPK pages. Visit isupk.com, you know what I'm saying? Log in, see what's happening in Israel. Make sure you pay your tithes. 10% of any increase that the Lord gives you, give to the men of the Lord, all right? All right. So now that we've gone through the preposition, we've gone through the alphabet, let's see the books of the Bible in their Hebrew form. All right. Based on the time, we might not get through all of what I have for you today, but let's see how much we can get that. All right. So once again, Genesis. All right. In the Hebrew, it's Bara'ash Yath. So this is an example of what I mean. I'm gonna erase it, but if you can see it and understand it, you'll be like Bara Ash Yath. Okay. So Ba Ra A Sha Ya and Th. Ba Ra Ash Ya. All right, it's like that. Just when you know it, it's not really hard to translate. All right. I'll make it special if you can do it. I'm just saying it's like anything. You know what I'm saying? If you can pronounce a word or sound out a word, you could probably figure out how to spell it. You know, if you know the rules of language. You know what I'm saying? Which is another lesson we'll do. All of the different metaphors, you know, synonyms, similes, allegory. We'll get into the definitions of those, so that when you actually reading the Bible, but specifically when you're in the UPK and you're learning how to understand the Bible, you'll know what is an allegory, what is a synecdoche, what is a metaphor. You'll know all of those. What types of grammar? Darn, I can't say it off the top of my head, but you'll know what's the way it's supposed to say something, and what's the way that people linguistic grammar. I forgot the other one, but we'll go over that, so that when you're reading the Bible, man, you can't read the Bible like a white person, man. You got to read it like a brother, like a sister that got some game, some intelligence, that don't want everybody in your business. You know what I'm saying? So you talk a certain way. You got to deal with the Bible like that. All right. All right. So Barashia is in the beginning, or head, in the head or in the beginning. at the start. Okay. Exodus is Wa'ala Shamwath. And what that means is, and these were the names. Leviticus, Slovakia. Leviticus, which is Yaquara'ah. I'm sorry, Christ. And he called forth, and he summoned. All right. Hope you can read that. Give me for my chicken scratch if you can. Wasn't in your way. Numbers. Numbers is Ba Madabar. Means in the wilderness. Deuteronomy is Al-Ha-Dabarium. Excuse me. I believe it means there they heard his word. No, it's lucky. These are the words. Excuse me. So that's the first five books of Moses. Nah, it's very common that you hear like some people say, Christ ain't in the Old Testament, or you just don't, you don't see his name. There are many, not many. There are a couple ways to say Christ's name, and one of the main ways there's a Jesus, and then there is a Joshua. You know what I'm saying? So Joshua is in Hebrew Yahweh Washai. All right, it means in short, Yah is salvation. All right, or deliverance. So what you got to understand is it was a brother walking around after Moses had died, you know what I'm saying, in the plains of Moab. There was a brother that took over Moses with Caleb, and his name was Joshua or Yahushua. So they had a brother that they was constantly calling Yahushua. His name means the Lord is salvation. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing with Christ. He's the deliverer. You know what I'm saying? He's a savior. It's Native American as hell, man. It's Red Bull. It's like not Red Bull. Running Bull. All right. It's that. It's Drawn Arrow as your name. You know what I'm saying? It's Yah salvation. It's like your name is a phrase. You know what I'm saying? But it's heavy. So they was calling Joshua Yahushua. It was commonplace. Just like when you read in the New Testament, and you got Judas, and then you got the other Judas, but not Judas Iscariot. It just means Judah. You know what I'm saying? Our names were just as heavy as they are today. It's the same reason why it's Hecka Carlos's. You know what I'm saying? It's Hecka Miguel's. I know Elijah. It's just a commonly used name. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't so, for lack of a word, special the way Christianity make you feel like there's only one name in Jesus Christ, and you think like he the only person that ever had the name Jesus. It's a name. You know what I'm saying? It's a powerful name, and his name meant something just the way Joshua's name or Yahushua's name meant something back in that time. You know what I'm saying? But it's not all that spooky glamour that Christianity give it. You know what I'm saying? But when people try to say, show me Jesus in the Old Testament, it's Yahushua. It's right there. You know what I'm saying? And that's just basic. That ain't even going into depth. All right. All right. Judges is Shapatyam, plural. The yum makes it plural. Shapat is judge, and it means vindicators. A judge is not just that person that sits in the courthouse. You think about that judge, man. That devil, for the most part, he don't even know you. He don't know you until he meets you in his courtroom. But a vindicator, the way these judges were back in our times, like the people knew him. You know what I'm saying? Gideon was a judge. Samson was a judge. In our time, like people knew who the hell we were. Baruch was a judge in those times. That's who Deborah went to. You know what I'm saying? Baruch went to Deborah. Deborah went to Baruch. Baruch carried it out. You know what I'm saying? Deborah gets the acknowledgement because she told her, like, by a woman's hand, Israel going to be saved. If you know the story, it was a woman, and I believe she nailed the heathen's head with a pick. You know, with the way you used to with a nail. So how you used to do a tent, you had that big old nail and you hit it down into the ground. Like she got that devil drunk and laid his head on her lap, and then she spiked his thing. You know what I'm saying? But people knew the judges before you sit in the courtroom and you plead. You know what I'm saying? They were vindicators, man. They got us. They got the Lord revenge for what other people were doing to us the moment we repented. And the ISUPK, man, we the judges in this time. You know what I'm saying? If blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians will turn back to their own culture and serve the Lord the way they're supposed to, we'll be your vindicators. You know what I'm saying? We'll be on the front line for you. And if you are a brother, man, and you want to be on the front line, you just come into the truth. That's all. It ain't rocket science. You just get in here, learn how to be, learn what you're supposed to do, what you're supposed to say, how you're supposed to carry yourself, and you will be a vindicator for your people, man. It don't work any other way. All right, the Lord sends men to do his bidding on earth. You know what I'm saying? So you could be a vindicator, man. You could be a judge, but you can't just, talk mess about the actual judges. All right. Ruth is Rawaf, and it means companion. Friend. And a sister like Ruth, she was heavy. She wasn't nothing to be messed with. You know what I'm saying? She was like having five. She was like a woman having five sons, and that's heavy. That one woman could be so grand that she's like having five sons. That's a hell of a woman. That's someone as a woman, you should want to be that type of woman. It don't get no better than that, where somebody will be like, nigga, it's like, man, you just struck oil with this one. You know what I'm saying? All right. Samuel, Shemawa Allah. I believe it means heard of the Lord. Yeah, heard of the power, name of the power. Sham means name. Sham Ham Yapa. Sham is name. So Wa Allah of power. Just how the language works. All right. Power is Allah. Everybody following Allah, and the East, whatever the Arabs, they spell it ALLAH, but it's really AHLA. Whatever, but it means heart of the power. And if you read the book of Samuel, he was the brother that was getting called by the Lord, and he was like, "Here am I." You know what I'm saying? All right, let's get Let's get maybe 2 more, and that'll be good. All right. Kings. Maybe a little bit more. I don't know how much space I got. 3 more. Malakim means rulers. Chronicles is the Barya Ha Yamayam. That means the matters of the day. All right. So English will call it Chronicles, but in our language, we'll be like, these are matters of the day. This was what was popping at that time. This is the record of the day, record of the times. All right. You live in the Chronicles right now, you know what I'm saying? That's why even when you think about why they call a newspaper the Chronicles, just what's going on today. All right. One more. Ezra. Ezra is Isaiah. And it means A. All right. So we at ISUPK set out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander Jay Hanna. Any brother or sister that comes to the school, they're off limits for 6 months. You know, they're here to reform, to change their ways. If a brother and sister has an interest in each other, they go to the camp leader. They court each other for 6 months. After another 6 months of courting, they get permission from the head to marry. All right, ties is a commandment. It means Isra in the Hebrew. 10% of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the teacher. You understand? If you want to give anything into the free priest fund, that's whatever you want. It's not mandatory. All right, upcoming high holy days, we are waiting on Commander Jay Hanna to give us the word on the Passover still. So just keep checking in at isupk.com and all over social media. We're there. The minute we know, you'll know. Any brother that wants to come into the school and become a trooper, start wearing all black boots, pants, shirt, war scarf. We'll do the Lord's Prayer. All right, so Wapunya Hakwadam means face the east, Sar means turn. So the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew, Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Qadash, Haya, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakwatka, Taba'ah, Ratazaka, Haya, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Haya, Bashamayim, Nathan Lanawa, Lakam, Kal, Yawam, Wasalak Lanawa, Kawawath Nawa, Kasalak Nawa, Kawawath Yanawa, Wala'ah, Tabaya Nawa, Banasayawan, Above, Hawashai Nawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwath, Waha'ala, Wahathaparath, La'awalamyam, Aman. In English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. So be it. That to the brothers, shalom. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Rakatham. To the sisters, shalom. Yahweh Shamar Lathan Bashim Yahushai. Shalom.